everybody, this is Marika with the Limelight Pet Project, and I'm here with Holly Cook and Tracy Campion, also of the Limelight Pet Project, and we are joined by Samantha Hoffman, who is here to share with us about a very special dog named Randy from Washington, Alaskan Malamute Adoption League. Welcome, Samantha.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Randy.
Yeah, we are so excited for you to share more about Randy. We've already been talking about him. We're obsessed. So could you tell us just some of the facts about him?
Some of the backstory?
Some of the facts. Yeah,
oh.
I kind of mumbled.
So he's a 10-year-old guy. He loves long walks on the leash, and he's also up for exercising with you. I think I get tired before he does. I definitely tap out before he does, and his age does not come into factor when you are getting to know him. Nobody ever expects him to be 10 years old. He is just as energetic as a puppy. He's got the softest fur, and he's just an all-around good dog. And I don't believe that age should be a factor if you're looking for a dog that you can take on hikes, that you would like to take on trips, or if you'd like to have as a companion. He is really healthy and is just a really big lap dog. Yeah. He also really enjoys the car rides. So if you do decide that this is a dog for you, please make sure you roll down the window for him. He loves it, and he enjoys people a lot. But if he trusts you and he learns to love you, you're going to be his home base the entire time. He will always come back to you. He is a dog that can be reactive to other dogs, but that's something that if given the right owner, you can work on with him. You can dedicate some time and patience. It's something that he can come around from, and that it's a process that's already been started, actually, in my time with him. So we just need someone to kind of pick up the reins and give him the time that he needs in order to achieve that. He does have a high prey drive, so beware of squirrels and bunnies. I found that out the hard way in springtime. So just be aware of that. He is a dog that would do best in a single dog home for the time being, in an adult home with no small children. He is a big guy, so we just want to be aware of, that these are dogs that are a lot stronger, and we just would think that he would do best in an adult home. And we also want him to go to a home that he's going to just be the focus of your attention, because that's all he wants to be. Like I said, he's a grown lap dog. He really thinks he's small, but he's not, and you just got to remind him of that. And he has been a great companion. When I do my schoolwork, he lays down by my feet. When I'm watching movies, he likes to lay down next to me and get his cuddles in. He is a really good-natured dog, loves people, and I would just love to see him grow more with someone who's willing to love him for the rest of his life.
I love it so much.
So Samantha, I got the privilege of meeting Randy on Sunday when we were doing his photos, and he is an amazing dog. I did not think he was 10 years old. He's very athletic. Do you think that there are any concerns about his health at his age, and what do you attribute his healthiness to in his life right now?
At this time, I do not believe that he has any current health issues. His eyes, great. His hips, great. His structure, totally fine. His coat is awesome. So he's a really healthy dog, especially for his age, because normally around this time we do see that maybe this breed has like hip issues or some other, like even teeth issues, but his teeth are great as well. And we really attribute that to this diet that he was put on by his last owners, which is a homemade meal diet, so a raw foods diet. And that can consist of anything with protein, so chicken, meat, and then we add some rice, some veggies, and he loves it. He goes crazy for it. that's what we believe has helped keep him so healthy for these past several years. And this is Randy's second time, and there was only it was a sad complication that he had to be returned after so many years having been out of the shelter. But they saw a difference from having been feeding him kibble before he got adopted to when he got placed back. He just totally transformed as a dog. So we would really like for anyone who's interested in him to keep up that diet in order to help maintain that health.
Now, it sounds like you've had a lot of time during quarantine to really get to know Randy. What is your favorite thing about him?
He's really attuned to your feelings, I have to say. I know we talked a little bit about it before, but I think my ultimate thing has been whenever I've been sad or I've just needed, like if I've had, issues with anxiety. I'm a student, so that's normal. That's a given. But I can sit on the floor, and if I bring him over for some pets, he does this really tender thing that always makes me emotional when I talk about it, because not many dogs do, but he'll put his head on your chest and just leave it there.
Aww.
And he knows when to do it. I haven't met many dogs that are attuned to that sort of need in their owner. And that tenderness is what I think I just cherish so much about him, and I would love for anyone else to experience that.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I'm like getting really emotional.
Okay.
We cry a lot because see moments like this, we're really inspired by the people who are, oh no, don't cry, who are doing the work and taking care of these animals and giving them the best opportunity to live a really wonderful life. So thank you for everything that you are doing. We appreciate it. I wanted to touch on something you mentioned, that that you'll take him running, and you notice that he's very different when he is doing something like a job. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so historically, the Alaskan Malamute breed has been used for a lot of work, for a lot of sled pulling. In this case, I'm the sled, and he just like keeps me on a really steady pace. But because he's in that I'm guiding Samantha in her workout mentality, he's less likely to get distracted by certain smells or that prey drive. He won't react as much. And even to other dogs, when he feels like we're on a run, we're on a run. So a lot of those things tend to fade away. And I mentioned this earlier, but my joke with him has been pairing it with the word mush. And I started out as a joke, but then he kind of caught on to it. Mm-hmm. And he reacts to it the same way of like, let's go, let's keep going. And he'll just keep going until he's ready, or until you're ready to stop, really, because he won't stop. No. I mean, I'm not an experienced jogger, so I can't speak to marathon runners or anything like that. But maybe if you are a marathon runner, this is the dog for you.
Or if you want to, you need a little bit of extra help to go.
And he doesn't pull you, which is great. It's like a very slight tug, which motivates you to keep going. So I think that's what I enjoy. He's not like a psycho that just like, where you've seen the videos where grandma gets taken away by the dog. You're on a steady rhythm, and he's not going to overstimulate you in the sense of like he's not gonna take you where he wants to go, and he's not going to make the jog a hazard for
it's a partnership, and he's totally in tune with that. I love that. It's another level of what you were just talking about with him being in tune with you when you're emotional. This is the same thing. It's like, okay, we're in work mode, we're a team, and I just happen to be the leader.
Yeah. And so that, if you choose to adopt him, that's something you'll have to help determine with him, is teach him that you're the leader, that you're the person in charge. Something really awesome about him too is that he is so well house trained. I've had no accidents with him in the house. I leave him if I need to for a couple hours, and I feel totally comfortable doing that. He doesn't destroy things. He doesn't, go potty on things. And that was actually a shock to me because I thought I'd have to like baby proof everything in my space. But I had a puzzle on the floor and he didn't care for it. He's just like, oh wow, it's pieces. But yeah, and he's not very mouthy in the house either. So, he's very respectful of your space too.
Sounds like the perfect boyfriend. Like,
yes. I mean, I'm sure that, I don't think if I had a boyfriend, he'd want to watch as many Disney princess movies as I have with him, and
right.
He's not playing video games 3 hours a day.
Exactly.
He's paying attention to you, and he's giving you the emotional attention you need.
Exactly.
Yes. He's
right.
the perfect boyfriend dog. But he's
yes.
also like the dude's dog because he can be fun with guys too. He can get a little bit silly, and he gives guys a lot of attention too. Yeah. So much so that I get jealous.
So you could take him out for a run and then come home and fix him a special meal and then cuddle up on the couch and watch Netflix with him.
Yep. And he's the best buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a dream.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
It's literally been such a special experience having a dog like him come into my life, especially at such a tumultuous time with the pandemic and with everything going on. So he's very grounding, and I think that he can be very grounding for anyone interested in him too. He would just need someone to love and know that you're going to be there.
Now, it sounds like Randy has a really big personality. I can almost picture him talking. If he could talk, how would he describe his ideal home? Like, does he have any favorite Disney movies or any favorite places to snuggle?
His ideal home would be, where's mom? that's where he'll be. His ideal home would be a large yard where he can spend hours if he wants to just sniffing things for no reason, and then come inside and have a space, where he can be at your side if he wants to be. So, if you do a lot of office work, keep a little bed by your office. He's going to want to be by your feet. If you go to bed, put out a little bed next to him, or next to your bed so that he has a place to go to at night so that he can feel watchful over you.
I was just showing my dog's bed that's in my
bed. Really? Is he in the office?
It's right here. One of her beds. She's a Siberian Husky, so.
I love that.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, they just love to be near you. It's a very special thing. It's a very special bond. And his ideal home would also be, like we mentioned, with no small children and no other pets at the moment. And, we're somewhere where he can just be your dog. Where he feels like he has a place in your home. And a kitchen where you do a lot of barbecue.
So what does he do when he sees or smells barbecue?
Yeah.
Does he have a barbecue face?
It looks scary. Like if you don't know him, it's probably a terrifying experience at first, but he's just super intense and excited about the fact that you have barbecue.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of saliva that comes into play, and a lot of just intense staring with no blinking. Oh. Very alert if you drop anything. I think it's the smells, and like I said, he's on that raw foods diet, so when he smells like a nice roasted chicken, he's just like, wow, I'm human too, I deserve some of that.
That's what he sounds.
I'm your son, feed me, so he'll be like pretty intense about it, but if you just like establish some space with him, he'll respect it. But yeah, I think that is his favorite food of all time, is just Barbecue.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So summertime is great for that.
Yeah.
This is your chance, you guys, to get a barbecue-loving dog.
There you go.
So if somebody sees this amazing conversation about this amazing dog and they realize that they have a barbecue and they need to cook for a dog and they want to adopt him, what do they do? How do they learn more?
Well, they absolutely have to go to the WAMAL page. On that page, there's a direct link to filling out an application where then you'll be considered. And, you know, even if it doesn't work out that you match with Randy, you could match with other dogs. There's also a list of contacts on there for if you have any questions before committing to submitting an application. And anyone would be, you know, happy to respond to that with further detail if needed, or with advice, or if you have questions about if your home is appropriate for the dog. These are people who know and have worked with this breed before that will have that insight for you.
Awesome. And that's www.wamal.com.
Yeah.
Or is it .com or .org?
Oh,
It's
man.
.com.
.com.
My anxiety is kicking in.
I looked it up.
Okay.
Oh, she looked it up. Okay, we're good.
I'm
We're
prepared.
good.
And this is all staying in.
All right. Oh, great. Love that for me and my representation.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Samantha and Randy, for joining us today. And this has been Tracy.
Molly.
Every time. That's just the way it's
Every time. That's like our thing with the Limelight Pet Project, and we shine the light on harder to adopt pets because their stories are worth telling.
Yay!